Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Try New Things, where we're out at the barn on a chilly morning. I'm getting ready to go outside and do some work. But before I do so, I'm going to apply some lessons I learned as a kid growing up in Canada. Now, everyone should know that in order to stay warm and comfortable and safe, you need a real hat, which I will put on a nice pullover hat before I go outside. I've got to keep my hands nice and warm, but most importantly, we've got to ensure that our feet stay warm and they stay dry. And that is a great opportunity to introduce this week's video sponsors, and that is Hywell socks. So Hywell has provided me the opportunity to try out their new Merino wool socks. And I'm old enough to remember wool socks from when I'm a kid, and I remember how great they are at keeping your feet warm, mostly because of their natural ability to wick away moisture and keep your feet dry. Modern socks, I can tell you, I can put on some shoes, not walk out in any moisture or puddles or damp. My shoes are dry, but I'll take off my shoes, walk across the floor and leave little damp footprints because my socks aren't wicking away the sweat from my shoes. So the Merino wool socks will wick away that moisture, ensure that my feet stay dry, and that way they will also stay warm. But unlike the old wool socks of yesteryear of when I was a kid, they've introduced some enhancements, including a little bit of spandex to ensure that the sock stays pulled up, because you don't want your socks coming down in your boots. They're also padded where you need the padding most, in places like on the sole and on the heel, to give them more life and more wear and more cushion and more comfort. And speaking of wear resistance, Hywell socks also offers, believe it or not, a 10-year warranty on their Merino wool socks. If any, for whatever reason, they wear out on you, there is a process where you just take a picture, send it in to them, and you will get refunded for your purchase. So here's a look at a pair of those new Merino wool socks. We're going to go ahead and put them on so we can get ready to do some work out in the yard today. So you can see before I put these on the size of the socks, they are good for 6-inch boot, 12-inch boot, whatever your need. Whether you're hiking, whether you're working construction, or you're just out in the yard, these socks will do you well. But let's go ahead and put on a pair so that we can be warm and cozy throughout the day as we're out working on the farm. So what is the point of buying a really good quality pair of work boots, which you should do because your feet are important, or any shoes if you're going to be on your feet all day, and then stick a pair of socks in those boots that aren't going to keep your feet dry and they're not going to keep them warm and comfortable? The other great thing about wool socks is they actually keep your feet cool in the summer. So warm in the winter, cool in the summer, because of their breathability and their moisture wicking capability. There's nothing quite like putting on a new pair of socks, is there? So there we go. They come in multiple colors, gray, black, and green. I opted for the green today. I'm going to go ahead and put on our boots. Now we're going to go outside and put them to work. Everybody, I'm back in the barn. I was outside for about 6 hours working out in the yard, and I can tell you my feet have been comfortable the entire time. I just went into the kitchen to get a drink here at the barn, did my little test. I took my boots off when I went inside, and I left no wet footprints behind. So the socks did their job of wicking the moisture away, keeping my feet dry, comfortable, and warm, even though my cowboy boots are not lined. Now, I'm going to put a link in the description below that you can follow to find these socks as well. Again, I'm trying out the Merino wool socks. These would be absolutely perfect if you are, let's say, a contractor, a landscaper, somebody who works outside for a living and you need dry, comfortable, warm feet. Well worth it. They do have some package deals available, so the more you buy, the more you save. If wool socks are not your thing or not what you're after at this time, no worries. Follow the link anyway. Their website has a wide variety of socks for everybody to suit any style, any need. But anyway, if you have any questions or comments about this video or any of my videos, as always, leave them in the comments below. If you could, give this video a big old thumbs up before you head out. Give us a subscribe if you haven't already so you can check out my future videos. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks again. Bye-bye. Oy. Didn't expect that. Seat came out from under me.